It's a familiar feeling for so many of us. You wake up in the morning and before your feet even touch the floor, you can feel it. That deep, nagging ache in your lower back, the stiffness in your knees that makes getting out of bed a slow, deliberate process. Or perhaps you had a wonderful dinner with family, full of rich, savory flavors, but now you're paying the price with that uncomfortable, gurgling sensation in your stomach, a feeling of heaviness that just won't go away. You might find yourself waking up several times a night to use the bathroom, disrupting the deep, restorative sleep your body craves. These aren't just random aches and pains of getting older, they are subtle messages from your body, whispers that something is out of balance. Many people dismiss these signs, thinking they are an unavoidable part of aging. But what if they were connected to something simple, something sitting right in your kitchen pantry that you use almost every single day? In traditional Chinese medicine, we understand that the body is an interconnected garden. When one part is struggling, it affects the whole system, the health of our digestive system. What we call the spleen and stomach is the root of our body's energy and vitality. When this root is weakened or irritated by what we eat, the effects ripple outward, showing up as joint pain, poor sleep, and persistent fatigue. It's often a seemingly harmless combination of foods that, over time, creates a condition of internal friction and inflammation, which we refer to as toxic damp heat. This is the starting point for many chronic issues, and understanding it is the first step toward reclaiming your body's natural harmony. That delicious, dark, salty liquid you drizzle over stir-fries fries, use as a marinade for grilled chicken. Or dip your dumplings into seems like a harmless staple. We're talking about soy sauce. On its own, in moderation, it's simply a flavor enhancer. The problem arises from a common pairing that has become a cornerstone of modern cooking, combining soy sauce with high-heat cooking methods, especially for meats. When you grill, barbecue, pan-fry, or even roast meats that have been marinated in soy sauce, a subtle but significant chemical reaction happens. Modern science identifies the culprits as nitrosamines, which are compounds that can form when the fermented proteins and nitrites, sometimes present in soy sauce and processed meats, are exposed to high temperatures. Research has linked these compounds to an increased risk of digestive system damage, including chronic inflammation of the bowel, a condition known as ulcerative colitis, which is often a precursor to more serious cellular changes. A large number of digestive cancer cases are thought to be connected to long-term dietary habits like this. In the language of TCM, we have a different but parallel understanding in this process. We call it the creation of toxic damp-heat in the gut. Think of your digestive system as a warm, moist garden. It needs to be balanced. Dampness is like excessive humidity or swampiness, leading to sluggishness, bloating, and a feeling of heaviness. Heat is like too much harsh sun, causing inflammation, irritation, and redness. When you combine fermented foods with high-temperature cooking, you are essentially creating a hot, steamy, toxic environment in your intestines. This toxic damp-heat is like a persistent smoldering fire that irritates the delicate lining of your gut day after day. Over months and years, this constant irritation can lead to bleeding, pain, and damage to the intestinal walls, creating the perfect conditions for abnormal cell growth. There was a practitioner I knew who shared a very personal story. For years, his favorite meal was fried chicken wings, always doused in a generous amount of soy sauce. He developed severe ulcerative colitis with painful, bloody stools and constant fatigue. Western medicine provided some relief but couldn't solve the root problem. He turned to his own TCM training, focusing on clearing damp-heat with specific herbs and, most importantly, completely eliminating his trigger foods. Within months, his gut began to heal. Years later, feeling healthy, he slipped back into his old habits at a family gathering. Almost immediately, the old symptoms started to return, a stark reminder of how sensitive the gut is. His experience shows that with consistent, mindful care, the body can heal, but it also remains vulnerable to the old patterns that caused the problem in the first place. Protecting your digestive health doesn't require extreme measures. It's about making small, consistent shifts that work with your body's natural wisdom. The goal is to reduce the sources of toxic heat while strengthening your body's ability to clear out dampness and repair itself. Here are several simple, powerful strategies rooted in both ancient TCM principles and modern understanding. First, strengthen the spleen to transform dampness. In TCM, the spleen is not the organ modern anatomy describes, but a system responsible for transforming the food you eat into energy and fluids. Think of it as your body's central kitchen stove. A strong spleen function is like a hot, efficient stove that cooks food thoroughly, leaving no waste. A weak spleen, however, is like a slow, weak flame that can't process food properly, resulting in a half-cooked, soggy mess we called dampness. People with a weak spleen often feel bloated after eating, experience fatigue, have loose stools, and may notice a heavy feeling in their limbs. To strengthen your spleen, choose warm cooked foods over cold ones. A bowl of warm oatmeal or rice porridge in the morning is far gentler on your digestion than a cold smoothie. Roasting vegetables like sweet potatoes, carrots, and squash makes them easier to digest. Adding warming spices like ginger and cinnamon to your cooking can also help stoke your digestive fire. Second, it's crucial to clear heat and detoxify the gut. The heat component of toxic dampness, heat is essentially inflammation. It's that internal fire that causes redness, pain, and damage. To put out this fire, we need cooling, hydrating foods. This doesn't mean eating ice cream, it means choosing foods that have a cooling nature. Think of leafy greens like bok choy and spinach, as well as cucumbers, celery, and mung beans. These foods help to calm inflammation and gently detoxify the intestines. At the same time, you must avoid foods that add more fire to the system. This includes spicy dishes, deep-fried foods, and excessive red meat and alcohol. One simple swap is to choose steaming or boiling over grilling or frying. These gentler cooking methods preserve moisture, don't create the chard, toxic substances that irritate the gut lining. We must soothe the liver to ensure smooth energy flow. In TCM, the liver system is responsible for the smooth flow of key or vital energy throughout the body. When you are stressed, frustrated, or angry, your liver T can stagnate or become stuck. This stagnation can easily turn into heat, which then attacks the digestive system, worsening inflammation and causing symptoms like acid reflux, cramping, and irritable bowels. People whose digestive issues flare up with stress are often experiencing this pattern. To soothe the liver, you need to invite calmness into your life. Gentle movement like walking in nature, stretching, or tai chi can help release stuck energy. Simple herbal teas made from mint, chamomile, or rosebuds are wonderful for calming the liver and promoting relaxation. Taking a few deep breaths before you eat can also signal to your body that it's time to relax and digest, rather than being in a state of fight or flight. Fourth, nourish yin to moisten and repair. Yin represents the cooling, moistening, and nourishing fluids of the body. Think of it as the coolant in your car's engine. High heat cooking and internal inflammation can burn up this precious yin, leaving the body dry and brittle. This can manifest as dry stools, constipation, a dry mouth and throat, and even night sweats. To replenish yin, you need to consume foods that are rich in moisture and have a slightly sweet, nourishing quality. Pears, apples, goji berries, black sesame seeds, and almonds are all excellent yin-nourishing foods. Making a simple pear and honey tea by simmering a sliced pear in water can be incredibly soothing for a dry, irritated gut. And remember that simple water is the most fundamental yin tonic of all, so be sure to sip warm water throughout the day. Lastly, a powerful and direct way to protect the gut is to replace the problematic ingredient. Instead of regular soy sauce, especially for marinades that will be cooked at high heat, consider using alternatives like coconut aminos or liquid aminos. These provide a similar savory, umami flavor but are not fermented in the same way and are less likely to contribute to the formation of harmful compounds when heated. This simple swap in your pantry can make a world of difference over time without forcing you to give up the flavors you love. Integrating these principles into your daily life can be simple and enjoyable. Here are 2 easy routines you can adopt to support your digestive health every day. The first is a morning minus clearing elixir. This is a gentle way to wake up your digestive system, clear out any stagnant waste from the previous day, and soothe the intestinal lining. You will need 1 cup of warm water, a juice of 1/4 of a lemon, and 1 teaspoon of chia seeds. First thing in the morning before you eat or drink anything else, mix the lemon juice and chia seeds into the warm water. Stir well and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. The chia seeds will swell up and form a soft, gelatinous texture. Drink this mixture slowly. The warm water gently stimulates your digestive organs, the lemon helps to cleanse the system, and the gel minus like chia seeds act like a soft internal brush, helping to sweep the intestines clean while also providing soothing, anti-inflammatory fiber. This drink is wonderful for almost everyone, especially those who tend to feel sluggish in the morning or experience constipation. However, if you have severe acid reflux or a very sensitive stomach, you might want to start with just a few drops of lemon juice and see how you feel. A good self-minus check is to notice your digestion throughout the day. If you feel lighter and more regular, it's working for you. If you experience any stomach discomfort, reduce the amount of lemon. A second routine is an evening digestive minus calming tea. This tea is designed to clear any residual heat from the day's meals, calm the spirit, and promote restful sleep. For this, you will need a small handful of chrysanthemum flowers, about 5 to 7 of them, and a few fresh mint leaves. Simply place the chrysanthemum flowers and mint leaves in a mug and pour hot, but not boiling, water over them. Let it steep for about 5 minutes. You can drink this tea about an hour after your evening meal. Chrysanthemum is a classic TCM herb known for its ability to gently clear heat, especially from the liver, which can help with irritability and eye strain. Mint soothes the digestive tract, relieves bloating, and helps to move stagnant qi. This tea is particularly helpful for people who feel stressed in the evening, have trouble winding down, or experience bloating after dinner. It's best to avoid this tea if you tend to feel cold or have very loose stools, as both ingredients are cooling in nature. Pay attention to how you feel after drinking it. If your stomach feels settled and your mind feels calmer, it's a great addition to your routine. True health is built not in grand gestures but in these small, consistent acts of self-care. One of the most important things to remember on this wellness journey is that your body is unique. In our modern world, we are constantly bombarded with health advice. We see a friend who has lost weight on a certain diet or hear about a celebrity who swears by a particular supplement, and it's tempting to think that must be the answer for me too. This is one of the biggest mistakes we can make. In TCM, there is no one-size-fits-all solution. The entire practice is built on the principle of pattern differentiation, which means understanding the specific imbalances within an individual. For example, someone with a cold and deficient constitution who tries a diet full of raw salads and smoothies, which are very cooling, might end up feeling even more tired and bloated. Conversely, someone with a hot and excess condition who follows a friend's advice to eat lots of warming ginger and spicy foods could exacerbate their internal inflammation and acid reflux. Copying others without understanding your own body's needs can lead to frustration and disappointment. And in some cases, it can even make things worse. True wellness comes from learning to listen to your body's unique signals. It's about becoming your own health detective. Pay attention to how different foods and activities make you feel. Does that morning coffee give you energy, or does it leave you with an unsettled, acidic feeling in your stomach? Does a brisk walk make you feel invigorated, or does it leave your joints aching? Your body is constantly giving you feedback. The goal is to tune into that feedback and adjust your choices accordingly. If you have any experiences you'd like to share or questions about whether a certain approach is right for you, feel free to share in the comments. I can offer some guidance based on the patterns you described. Every small step you take towards better health is a victory. It's a powerful act of self-respect and an investment in your future vitality. Protecting your digestive system, your body's core, is not about fear or restriction. It's about conscious, loving choices. It's about choosing to steam your vegetables instead of frying them, enjoying a calming cup of tea in the evening, and starting your day with a gentle, cleansing drink. These simple actions, when practiced consistently, accumulate over time to build a foundation of deep and lasting health. Your gut is not just the digestive to be is often called our second brain, and its health is intimately connected to your mood, your energy, and your overall well-being. Protect it naturally, and it will serve you well for all the years to come. Please share this information with a friend or family member over 50, especially one who loves their barbecue or often complains of feeling tired and bloated. A small piece of knowledge can be the catalyst for a life-changing shift. Have you ever noticed how certain foods affect your digestion? Comment with the word BALANCE below, and I will share another simple tip for maintaining your gut health. Let's support each other in this journey. Remember, your health is in your hands.